The Price of Vengeance, Part 1. A story by E.B.'s Heart. Shola was reading bedtime stories to his would-be stepson Andrew, when the 5-year-old boy shouted, "Oh, Daddy is here," and smiled. Shola smiled back thinking Andrew was referring to him. But when he saw where Andrew was pointing, he had goosebump all over him and asked, "Is anyone there?" Andrew smiled and wanted to get out of the bed to meet his father. Shola ran out of the room panting. He wanted to appear calm so as not embarrass himself. He quietly walked to the parlor and said, "Andrew is asleep now." Helen, his fiancée, and Andrew's mother hugged him and said, "You will make a great dad. I am happy both of you are getting along now." Shola left the next morning still feeling like someone was watching him. He told his friend his experience, but his friend laughed at him and said, "You cannot take the words of a 5-year-old boy who still misses his father seriously." They both laughed over it and Shola continued his plans to marry Helen. Few days to their wedding, Shola spent the night again with Helen and her son. He tried to avoid putting Andrew to bed but Helen insisted, this would make your bond with him stronger. When Shola was reading the bedtime story, Andrew started laughing and pointing at a corner again. This time the imaginary daddy banged the wall-drop door so hard. Shola ran out panting. What is going on? Is there really someone there? How do I say this without sounding stupid? After a while, he went to Helen's room and saw her reading. He was about to ask her more about her late husband when Helen started kissing him. He forgot about it and thought it was not so important. Their wedding was attended by Shola's family and Helen's 2 mysterious friends. Shola's mother was pissed that Helen's family were not present, but Shola stood his ground. "She is not in good terms with her family for marrying me, and I will not abandon her. And she said she went through hell in the hands of her former husband's family and doesn't want to talk about them," Shola said in defense for Helen. However, 2 months after their wedding, Shola came home from work and saw something surprising. He had wanted to surprise Helen with a lunch date. But when he got home, he heard chatting and laughter in their bedroom. He tiptoed upstairs to Helen's room where the noise was coming from. He saw Helen and Andrew playing and laughing. He was surprised because he thought Andrew should be in school since he was preparing to leave for school when Shola was also leaving for work. What Shola was yet to find out was that Andrew was a ghost. He died 3 years ago at 5 years old in the hands of his biological father. Andrew was just a spirit in a bottle conjured by his grieving mother to cope for her loss. And Shola just walked into the darkest revenge by a scorned woman. Helen only married him to offer him to her sorcerer for her son's conjured spirit to keep existing. Because she was told it was a soul for a soul.
Please like, share and follow for the next part.